Hey everyone, it's Mrs. Lane. It has been a long time since I've seen you, and maybe not, depending when you're watching this video. But I just wanted to take a few minutes and review topics one at a time in quick, approximately 5-minute videos, just to help you remember. So here we go. We're going to start with order of operation. So we started this year using GEMDAS instead of PEMDAS. The G stands for grouping or groups. And the groups are parentheses, brackets, absolute value bars, and anything that's kind of grouped together. The E is exponents. You can also do radicals here if you have a radical in your problem. Remember, radicals are like square roots and cube roots and things like that. The multiplication and division, I'm just going to write multiply and divide. These are whichever comes first from left to right. So if multiplication comes first, you do that first. If division comes first, you do that first. And the same goes for addition and subtraction, from left to right. All right, so hopefully that helped bring back those things into your head, and we're just going to do literally one problem, just as a review, which will hopefully go over many of the things involved in this problem. So here we go. I wrote on the side of the paper GEMDAS, so we can use that as we go through the problems, or the problem, I mean. And so first we're going to look for groups. Well, remember, groups mean parentheses or absolute value bars or things like that. So if I'm looking, the first thing I see is this absolute value. Absolute value changes whatever is inside to positive. It's the distance between 0 and the number. So for 10, the absolute value of 10 is still 10. However, that negative that was on the outside comes down here too. And the rest stays the same for now. All right, so in that step, we just took care of this top part here. The absolute value bars made this positive 10, and this negative got brought here to stay negative. All right, now one thing that I wanted to make sure I put in the problem that we were going to do that kind of confuses some people is that even though there are no parentheses on this part, it's still a group. There are imaginary parentheses around that because it's a whole section underneath the division bar. So we're going to go ahead and go through this first. So we have our negative 10, and we're going to keep all of those parts the same. Now, we're looking only at this. This is a group. Okay. Are there any exponents? Yes, we have exponents right here. So 2 squared equals 4. And the rest of the problem stays the same. Again, we have those imaginary parentheses. We need to finish that part first. And at this point, there are no exponents left, so we can cross that off. Continuing here, that negative 10 on top stays the same. And now going left to right, we're going to see what we have. So we have division and multiplication. We do those from left to right. So 20 divided by 4, we're going to do first. That's 5. So this part's gone. We have times 5 divided by 5. And then, of course, those things which we haven't even touched yet. All right, we still have this group to finish underneath. And we're still going to go left to right. So 5 times 5 is 25. And we still have that 8 minus 2 off to the side. And of course I ran out of space, so we're going to continue up here. We're not quite finished with this group. We have one more step to do. That negative 10 on top is okay. And then we need to do 25 divided by 5, which is 5. That part's done. All right. So now we are finished with all of the group that was down here, and we're going to continue. Coming from left to right, the first thing I see is this division. Negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. All right. Still looking for multiplication and division. We're not finished. There's still more multiplying. So negative 2 times 8, negative 16. And that's the end of multiplication and division. And now we're going to look from left to right. We have subtraction. Negative 16 minus 2 is negative 18. And that's finished. Addition and subtraction are done. All right, I hope that that helped you review some things. If it made you feel more confused, I'm sorry. I wanted to try with one of the more complicated problems first. If you need more practice or review, use IXL, look at the ones when you make a mistake, and you should be all right. Contact me or Mr. Biscup if you have any questions. All right, enjoy.